So welcome to portrait painting, a portrait painting tutorial. So my way of painting portraits is to use just two colors, yellow ochre and white. Now my favorite would be oils, but they're very expensive. So these are poster paints, they're acrylics, much cheaper, and they look pretty much the same. You could try adding some sand to this and mixing it well, and it might come out a little bit more like oil, like a proper oil painting. So I'm going to go back to one of my old paintings, and I'll show you how I'm going to change one of the faces with the with the use of these acrylics and some basic techniques which I found helpful. So I'll show you the portrait first. Here it is. Okay, and I'm happy with this face. I mean, I'm actually not that happy with any of them because they're too much like simple drawings, outline drawings, and that shouldn't be ever the case, I think, with the painting. You shouldn't just be doing a drawing with paint, and that's what this is, more or less. So I'm not happy, but because these two faces are so, in my opinion, accurate in terms of portraying portraits, I'm going to keep them because I would just probably muck them up if I try to go over them. This is not like the person who it's painting of in reality, so I'm going to change that. I've got a photo which I'm going to paint that from on my screen, so hopefully I can continue painting while filming this, and that all should be well. Let's have a look. Yes, so I've got this screensaver here. These are my sons. These are my three sons. Okay, so what you need is very simple. Let's keep everything simple, I say. What you need is simply turpentine, brush, water, hopefully a thick brush and a thin brush, and that's all you need. This, something like that, yeah. Paper towels to clean your brushes, and that's it basically. So and of course a palette, which I've of course forgotten. Okay, so what should I use for a palette? Okay, I haven't got a palette, so I think one of the things to do with painting is be very resourceful and use your body. I'm a bit like I agree with what's his name, Jasper. What's his name? That person who did the yes, Danny.
You know that line said toast this yourself.
No.
You do it.
I allow Joshua to just drop it in and do it, not you. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll come down now then. So I'll be I need to make a call as I do this. Pollock, Jasper, I think Pollock. He used his hands. And I think that's a very important thing. So I'm just gonna. I've got a palette, so you've got to be resourceful. I'm just gonna use my hands. So yellow ochre. It's a very good color for doing any portrait. You can get the shades in. With regards to portrait painting, I would say what Matisse said, and he was asked why his portrait of Prokofiev looked so long in the face. It was just the face. Why was the face so much longer than it should be? It was a bit out of proportion. If you look at that portrait of Prokofiev by Matisse, and his answer was that you must exaggerate in portraiture. So, well, actually, his answer was because Prokofiev was so tall, that had to be reflected in the face, tall and thin. So he made the face of Prokofiev sort of oblong, elongated, and sort of thin, because that reflected how his whole body was. But I think that he would agree that you should sort of exaggerate things. I think someone has said that you should exaggerate your things. I've also heard from a very good portrait artist called Lisa Scherer, something or other. She's got a Wikipedia page where it says that she's the originator of fluorescence, some new style in painting, luminescence or fluorescence. And she says you squint your eyes as you look at your portrait, yeah, and that will be easier to get the essence shape to it. Excuse me, I'm just going to be back in a second. Yes, I'm here. You see a picture of a video camera and put it across to it, so press that, yeah? Yes, I have. I know you can see it. There you go. It's my fault. Okay. Yes. Sometimes good. Can I do a stranger one? Stranger one was done by me. But they counted it in. They counted it in. They counted it in. It's similar to Joshua's one where I is then hidden around the treasure around you're finding one. Before you went to the wall, spider, no. What might not see the wall? I thought that was Joshua, the influence by Joshua's style of hiding. They colored in it. They colored in my car. It's like 10 miles, and that clears it. It will come again, so eventually I assume it will have to clear. That costs £100. Eventually I had to pay that last time. I actually gone to see that cat. I spoke to the well of the first cat with but anyway, it seemed to go, I just asked an AA cat because in his car, so what do you do? It said you down the bag, and it's always put on the road. It's found you have a low gear. For about 10 miles, I love doing 10 miles. What it is, it doesn't show up on the screen anymore. Diesel cars. Diesel cars after 2020, where they have to it's on environmental impact. But anyway, so you go back to the compare you have to pay for someone to plug in and do and run your engine, which I assume is better. Well, anyway, so that should be fine. It will be behind the car, and getting tired of having tiny holes in the tire. The guy said, that ball is being a blowout. If it's not that kind of blowout, and it's probably 70 miles an hour wind. So I check that, there's none of that. It's the second one, then I start. So it's actual that. The car is, I do, because it comes to the car. How are you? Because it comes. You're doing well. Hard shoulder. Hard shoulder. So I usually do it. I usually fly sometimes. Anyway, 50 miles an hour. Of course, you also want to know about the fact that you can go without the letter T. You just physical to be without the letter T. You also want to go up. And you want to 6 miles an hour. This is important thing. Okay, so we're back to the painting. So I like Jackson Pollock. I'm using my whole body for it, so I'm going to just put it on my fingertip, and I'm going to go right over this whole. Well, I'm going to go over the thick lines of this face here, yeah. And that's the good thing about these about using white paint. Another tip I would say: cover the whole canvas with white paint initially, so it's wet. It's a Bob Ross tip, except he uses something else. He doesn't use white paint, but I think he uses something else. Anyway, I think it's called begins with G. Anyway, it's like it's like a white paint. It's like a translucent paint. But I'm going to use white paint. As long as it's moist, it makes painting much easier. So let's here we go. So I'm going to redo this face. This face will be changed. So let me just show you what I'm doing, of course. Okay, so I'll just perch here. Of course, make sure you don't spill your turpentine. It's easy to do when you've got long brushes. So I'm going to be changing that to this. Okay, so which means I probably try to keep what you've already got. This is actually at the right angle. I don't believe it. So actually, let's just go over this, and as the hair is absolutely wrong. Okay, so I'm just putting on my fingertip like this because I have not been responsible enough to prepare a palette. I haven't got a palette. Okay, now I've got this is completely. Okay, so now I've got that kind of shape. Okay, I'm going to now spread it here on my arm. All right. Okay, I'm going to use a different finger to do the painting with. You don't drip it. Okay, so it's good that it's wet. Good, because the wetter the better. Okay, it's a much more distinct neck, a much longer sort of neck, really. Quite a thin neck. This connects, the eyebrow happens to be in place. It's just a thin eye, in fact. Now I need to use a bit of white to get. See, I was squinting there to get the exact. Just a little dash like that'll do. It's not exactly what I'm saying, but painting is not about reproducing exactly what you see. That kind of realism is of no interest to me. Okay, the other one is the same sort of shape. And the main difference with the old one is the mouth. So I'm going to take a large amount here. And I need two, basically big teeth here. Okay. Now I need to have this. So it's a kind of triangle. Think of the basic shapes that your figure is made out of. Can you close that door down? So now a dash of white for the eye, of course. Yeah. Can you go out, my love, because you're a bit in the way. Now this, it's too much. I'm going to spread it out with my fingers. Why not? Really? Okay. All right, then. We'll talk about it later. Can you close the door, my love? That's fine. Okay, so. So let's actually use whatever paint you got left. It does look a bit more like my son. If you know my son, it looks more like him. So you need different shades, light and shade, light and shade. Very important. Yeah, bit of. It's got no ear, so I need to have an ear in there. Top of the ear at the top of the eyes. That's the level we're looking for. There you go. And actually, that's much more. That's much better. I'm much happy with that. So I don't want to muck it up. I'm going to leave it. Very happy with that. There we go. Oh. Great. Now it's actually quite bulky, etc. See what a mess I made all over your hands and all that, but I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so now I'm going to take it all off my arm and off my hands, but don't feel scared to use your whole body when you're painting. There you go. So I never even used a paintbrush there. Great. Right. No washing up to do or anything like that. Okay, so hopefully this has been a help to anyone who is struggling to do portrait painting. There are some basic rules, and I hope that I've covered the main ones there. Exaggeration, main difference is light and dark, so yellow, ochre and white are perfect colors to use for your painting. And then don't be afraid to use your whole body in your painting. And those are some of the main, I would say, the main rules, not rules, but ideas. Okay. So my mouse is now not working. Okay, all the best. Let's just show you what it looks like. Now, there's that face completely changed, and it looks much more like my son, actually, if you knew what he looked like. So there we go. So it's important to follow, I think, the tips that I've given. So all the best, and hope your painting goes well. See you later.